Welcome to MeshMinds Creative. Today we're going to model this clean, hard surface mechanical part step by step in Blender. It might look complex at first, but we'll break it down into simple steps and build it from scratch. Alright, let's get started. First, add a circle. Set the radius to 10 centimeters and keep the vertices at 40. Now jump into edit mode and let's add another circle here. This one should have a radius of 2.5 centimeters with 12 vertices. Move it along the y-axis and snap it to the top vertex. Now go ahead and snap these two vertices, just like this. Mirror it along the y-axis. Now select these edges, do a grid fill, and add one extra edge here. After that, select everything and use the spin tool. Set the steps to 4, enable use duplicates, and set the angle to 360 degrees. Once that's done, select everything again and merge by distance. Now pick these edges, fill them to create a face, and add about 5 cuts here. Then select this whole area and do another grid fill. Next, mirror it on both axes. You could also use the spin tool again if you prefer. It'll give you a similar result. Now add another circle. Set the radius to 4 centimeters and vertices to 32. Select these edge rings and bridge them. Then, select these faces, do an inset, and convert that selection into a circle using loop tools. Position the circle properly. And finally, delete those extra faces. Now select these vertices and set the transform pivot point to the 3D cursor. Now scale them like this. Delete any unwanted faces. Select these edges and use loop tool space to even them out. Now mirror the object. Select everything and extrude it by 3 centimeters. Then deselect these faces and do another extrude, this time by 2.5 centimeters. Delete any unwanted faces again. Now select these edges and add a bevel. Set segments to 1, turn off loop slide, set the width to 0.5 and the profile shape to 1. Next, select these edges and bevel them as well. Keep the same settings but increase the segments to 2. Then dissolve these extra edges. Now select these edges and add another bevel with 1 segment and a 0.2 width. Slide these edges and align them with this vertex. Do the same for these edges here. Now delete one half. We'll only work on one side. Use loop tool space again to even out the edges. Select these edges and straighten them using Set Flow Linear. Add an edge loop here, then connect it using the knife tool. Add another edge loop down here and one more here. I'm just making a few small adjustments, sliding some vertices and edges to clean things up. Now at the bottom, select any face, then select Similar and choose Coplanar. And then deselect these faces. Extrude it up by 1 centimeter. Delete any unwanted faces. Now select everything and use the spin tool. Keep the same settings as before. Then select everything again and merge by distance. Next, select these edges and extrude them downward by 1 centimeter. Add a face, then inset it by 0.5 centimeters. Extrude it again along the z-axis, snap it to the bottom vertex and delete the face. Now select both edge loops and bridge them. Select this edge loop and fill it to create a face. Inset it by 0.5 centimeters, then extrude it downward by 1 centimeter. Inset it again by 1 centimeter, extrude it downward by 1 centimeter, and then inset it by 0.5 centimeters. Now extrude it downward again along the z-axis and snap it to the bottom vertex. Add a few edge loops here. Dissolve this edge loop. Now select all the edge loops shown here. Add a bevel with one segment and a width of 0.4 centimeters. At the bottom, select these faces and extrude them upward by 1 centimeter. Also, add a bevel to this edge loop. Dissolve this edge loop. Now select these faces and delete them. Switch to Edge Select mode, go to Select and choose Sharp Edges. Deselect any unwanted edges. Select these two edges. Now that all the edges are selected, add a bevel. Set the bevel to two segments, a width of 0.05 centimeters and a profile of 1. Now add a subdivision surface modifier. Then add an array modifier. You can also use the spin tool in edit mode if you prefer. Set the count to 4, enable merge, and apply the modifier. Finally, go into edit mode and add a few supporting edge loops. And with that, the model is complete. Thanks for watching and keep creating.